This is the plaintiff, Ashley Skeffrey. She says she purchased a car from the defendant, and the guy turned out to be a real louse because he knowingly sold her a car with major issues. She had to invest $5,000 to repair it. He shouldn't be allowed to dump a piece of junk on her the way he did, and she's here in the good name of justice, suing for the $5,000 she's owed. This is the defendant, Daniel Gonzalez. He says the plaintiff asked him to bring the car to her mechanic. He did. It checked out, and she purchased it. This business about him being some kind of sneaky salesman who unloaded a lemon on her is hogwash. And he takes issue with being characterized like that. Bottom line, a month later she blows her transmission and is just trying to blame him. Good luck. He's accused of taking advantage of our customer.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff bought a car from the defendant that was so bad it cost $5,000 to fix it. But he says her own mechanic said it was fine when she bought it. It's the case of hoop-de-doop-de.
Thank you, Douglas. Ashley Skeffrey?
Yes.
You are suing Danielle Gonzalez and Blessed Auto Sales Incorporated for $5,000 for a car you bought from him for $3,450. What's going on?
All right, so I purchased the car originally on January 24th. I went ahead and got the car registered on the 27th. And actually that evening on the 27th is when I started realizing something was wrong with the car.
Okay.
I did, before I purchased the car, made sure to get it checked out with the mechanic.
You did? Okay.
Yes. We did confirm that the only thing, when me and the defendant had spoken, the only thing we confirmed was that the O2 sensor was the only problem with the car.
What'd your mechanic tell you, though?
It was the same thing, based on the analysis that he was able to do at that time. You can't thoroughly check out a car based on like the time presented. You're not going to really.
Why not?
Well, you're not going to really know all the presented issues because a car.
Well, you can know anything you can see.
Yeah, you can see things visibly, but you're not going to see the issues a car presents until
You can't see
had
the
it for a
future,
while.
but you can see the condition of the car.
Yeah, the car was overall.
Which is exactly what the time that the law freezes the condition of the car. So tell me, what did your accountant, I hope you didn't take the car to your accountant. What did your mechanic tell you?
Oh.
He said, buy it, it's fine, the O2 sensor's the problem,
Yeah,
that's
from
it?
what he saw, he says that it was
Okay,
O2
so then what
sensor.
happened?
I purchased the car.
Then you drove it, and then on what day do you bring it in and have a problem?
The car showed issues 10 days after. My transmission blew out 10 days after the purchase date.
Blew out. How do you
Yes.
know that your transmission blew out?
Because I was driving it, and it completely started lagging. And,
Who told you that, though? The same mechanic?
well, I was in the car when it happened.
No, but then you brought it to the same mechanic, I mean?
Oh, yes, yes. I brought it back
and
to
what
the
does
same
he tell
mechanic.
you?
And he says that the transmission blew out.
Okay. And
he-
did you ask him, but wait, I had you check this car out 10 days ago.
Yeah, I did.
And what did he say?
He says the issue that the car presented with the transmission blowing out was from a prior incident with the car. The transmission didn't blow out just from me having it for the 10 days driving it.
Okay, but all right.
So there was an ongoing litigating issue with the car prior to my purchase.
Yeah, but if your mechanic couldn't know that, why could he know that?
A transmission issue just doesn't reveal itself from just from
what?
It's ongoing issue. It's an ongoing issue.
Well, no, it's internal until it's not. It doesn't bother you until it blows.
Yeah, correct.
Right, exactly. All right.
Yes.
So what did he do wrong that he should pay you $5,000 for a car you paid $34,000?
He sold me a car that had an issue prior to my purchase.
Okay, and now every used car has an issue prior to your purchase.
Of course.
Right. So how would he know that there was a problem with the car before you purchased it?
Well, in our confirmation, the only issue that he said was wrong with the car.
We're going in circles. What's going on? How long did you have this car?
When she came as first, the car was already mine.
Okay.
I already purchased it.
Okay.
I checked the transmission, make sure it's not, kicking or doing any weird noises.
Right.
I checked the engine, if it's not
You
gonna
make sure there's
blow.
no evidence of a problem.
Exactly.
Right. And then so you're
plugged
checking it to see, well, everything looks fine.
I plugged the computer and it shows me it's
Everything was fine.
Oxygen sensor, and that's what I mentioned to her.
Okay, stop.
When she came, she drove the car. I mean, the guy
She
who
came, she drove the car, she liked it, she bought it. All right, when
She
do
didn't
you
buy
find...
it. She didn't
Stop,
buy
I
it
don't
at the
care. I
moment.
don't care how long it takes her to buy it. Please listen.
So she took it to a mechanic before she bought it, and now it doesn't work. It's $5,000 to fix. She had a luck?
I think so.
Why?
Because the mechanic said it was good and she was already driving it.
Does she have any recourse here?
She may, because there is a lemon law, I believe.
Nah, not there. Give me, come on, hint. She could sue the mechanic.
She have a chance to sue the mechanic.
Wow, that's insightful. Going inside the courtroom.
She ends up buying the car.
Yes.
She pays $34.50.
Yes.
All right. Is there any warranty involved in the car?
Well, what I do is I always make them sign a receipt. The car is sold as is.
Okay.
That's
How
why
many
I-
miles were on this car?
143,000.
142,000.
Okay. So, and you're in the state of New York, so any car over 100,000 does not require a dealership to give any kind of even a limited warranty. May I see the receipt where she signed as is? Now, it's unusual, isn't it? Is it not? Although I think it's great. Isn't it unusual to have people actually do what I've been telling them to do for 17 years and have a mechanic see the car?
Well, no. I mean, I tell everybody you need.
No, I know you tell everybody. How many of them take you up on it?
Well, not everybody, honestly. But if
what
you need,
percentage do you think takes you up on it?
maybe like 10%.
Yeah. Well, that's actually higher than I would have thought. Why does the sales price say $2,000? We cheating the tax man?
We agree on that. Actually, when I went to her
We did.
father,
Why?
I drove the car.
Why? No, stop
That's-
talking. Listen to my question. Mira, me pica aquí, me rascas aquí. All right? It itches me here and you're scratching me here. I have a very direct question. If she
Okay.
paid $34.50, why does the
No,
sales
she
receipt
didn't
say
pay
$2,000?
$34.50. She paid $2,000.
No, I did not.
actually.
How did it become $34.50?
I paid $34.50. What we
Prove it.
It's right here. It says that's.
Just
the-
no. My bailiff isn't going to make the ruling. Hand the paper to my bailiff.
I'm sorry.
He could. He's perfectly capable of it.
I'm pretty
Just so
sure.
happens he's not gonna now. What is this? A copy of a text?
Yes, that was the agreement.
Because
of
I have to put it right into that shop for it to pass inspection.
Yes.
Yes, but it's not 1,000. Besides, it's a 2010.
And that was the
What's the
agreement.
most you will offer? 33? Look, let's do it 35. I lose 500. 34.50. LOL. Okay, let's do it. What's that?
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
That's a text. But when we agree with her father, when I went to her house, because I delivered the car to her house, we agree on a different price.
Why
No.
would you take half the price? Why don't you just tell me the truth that you did it so that she would pay a little bit less in state
Let's be
sales? Why don't we all
realistic.
just be real while we're in here under oath?
We did it to cut the taxes.
Yeah, right. Well, you're a cheat. Okay? You're a cheat, and you're a cheat too. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, I was trying to help her
I
out.
know it's not trying to help her. That's everybody. You know who you're not helping? Me, him, and everybody else back there. Because when the government doesn't get what it wants, the government takes more from elsewhere. You see? So they're gonna get their share. Whether it's here or there, they're gonna get their share. So when you guys cheat, you're only helping yourselves. You get to sell more cars, you get to pay less to the tax man. The rest of us chumps who actually tell the truth pay top fare. Don't tell me you're trying to help anybody but yourselves, because I've had it just about up to here with everyone being a tax cheat. Up to here. Now, you have a used car you buy as is with over 100,000 miles. It has no warranty. You buy it as is. You even have a mechanic look at it. The mechanic says, no evidence of anything going wrong right now. Everything's great. What insurance does someone in your shoes have against a problem in the future? When you say, well, that doesn't happen in a week of driving. Of course it doesn't. But you're buying a used 7-year-old car. You need to put your hand down and listen for a second. I know you're not going to like what I'm saying, but it's important to me that you understand what I'm saying. If for you to be right and to get double what you paid for the car or whatever, you know, for you to be right, it means that there's no such thing as no warranty. It means that, oh, well, something went wrong and therefore you got to give me my money back or more than my money back because something went wrong. And that something was brewing in there for the 7 years the car existed. Of course it's a used car. Of course things are brewing in there. Your right is to be free from a dealer who knowingly sells you a car with a problem that he or she doesn't disclose to you. You don't have that evidence. You're just someone who bought a used car and ended up inheriting its problem. Verdict for the defendant.
So, in effect, the plaintiff really didn't have a leg to stand on here in court today. Ms. Kefre, I'm sorry for you, but do you understand what the judge
No,
said?
she didn't let me speak.
What didn't you get to tell her?
The details over the case, the discussion of the purchase, we had a conversation that the only issue wrong with the car was the O2 sensor. 10 days later, my transmission goes out.
But you bought the
That's
car,
bizarre.
there was no warranty, 147,000 miles
Yes,
on it.
and the reason I wasn't able to do it through the lemon law was because of the mileage. Technically, I was able to fight for the car because I was given the 10 days, which was correct. I wasn't given the time.
Well, unfortunately, the judge didn't agree with you on there, and you know,
Figured.
147,000 miles,
Yeah,
143,000
figured.
miles.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all righty. There's a very upset plaintiff, but obviously, you know, awkward situation. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I mean, every single customer that I have, I give them the option to take the car to mechanic or whatever you need to do until you're 100% sure the car is in good condition. I mean, it's not my fault. Unfortunately, the car, it didn't work for her, but I tried to do my best. I actually...
Not your fault.
Not at all.
That's bottom line. Thank you very much. Okay?
problem.
We
Thank
appreciate it. All right. Harvey, another situation where you got to be careful when you buy a used car, right?
Okay, Doug, it sounds like a fortune cookie, but when you inspect something, you have a duty to see what is obvious.